You made it. We are here. It's day number 21 of our 21 days to a clean home challenge. You are at the end, the last day. You did it, and I could not be more proud of you. I've given you every single tool that I have learned in the process that I took from being totally out of control, disorganized, crazy messy, to slightly less than that and feeling a little bit more calm and peace and organization in my life. And I want to know how you are using all of those tools. This system and everything that we've learned and everything we've gone through is really like a buffet. I want you to pick out the things that you like and that are going to work for you, and the things that don't work for you, and the things that you didn't like and they just didn't really work into your schedule. Let's just leave those on the buffet line for someone else. It's all about customizing and making these things work for you in your life and adjusting it as your life changes. You know, the systems and routines that I would have needed 10 years ago when I was single and not married and renting and had roommates are a lot different than the routines that I need now when I'm married and I have 3 little kids and we live on this giant property and we have a pet. So life changes and your systems and routines need to change all the time too. What worked for you 10 years ago might not work now and probably won't work 10 years from now. So really try to be fluid and flexible with where you're at. And most importantly, give yourself grace for making progress and never expect perfection from yourself. So how did you make out? Let's see those trackers. Do you have lots of little check marks? Do you have a few little check marks? Do you have tons of empty boxes? Perfect. All of that is progress made. All of that means you learned new habits, you tried something new, you experimented with your routines, and ultimately found some things out that work for you. So coming to the end of this challenge really isn't an ending at all, but really it's a beginning, because now you can go back to all those tools, look at what you really did use and what was really working for you, and you'll be able to see a very clear idea of what wasn't working for you, the things that didn't have check marks, and then start to build those habits and routines around that. So that's what I want to do here today. Get a fresh weekly cleaning schedule. If you don't have one, you can use a blank piece of paper, or you can pause the video, quickly head over to the website and grab one. I'll link to it below, totally free. And let's fill this out using the 21 days checklist to kind of get a good idea of what's going to work for us. So on mine, there's morning and evening. I always like to start with the morning and evening routine. So let's have a look at what I was doing and what I maybe need work with. So every day I got dressed to shoes. So that's like, probably doesn't need to be on my routines list. I'm really just doing it automatically. I could put it on there if I want a free check mark, but I like to keep it simple and I'd like to keep my list short so it feels like I have less to do. So I think I'm gonna skip dress to shoes. That one is just happening now automatically. Dishes and counters, I'm gonna leave that one on. Even though I did it every day, that's really a team effort with my husband, and I'm just gonna leave that one on because that's still something that I don't think I would do if he wasn't here. Make the bed, that one's happening automatically, but again, I'm gonna leave that one on there. Shine the sink, for me, this one doesn't happen that often. And I know we start with it and it feels really important, but I really think it's more psychological than anything. So I'm gonna leave that one off. And then power tidy, I'm leaving that on. I have little kids, it has to be on there. Laundry, again, no one's getting away from laundry. And the floor check. So the first 7 things, plus hotspot, bathrooms, and prep for tomorrow, those 10 things are probably gonna be what most of us will use to make up the bulk of our routines. You don't need to use all of them, but they're all kind of core habits that most of us will probably need most of. So go ahead and fill out your routines now, putting the things in the morning that you need done for the evening and the things in the evening that you need done for the next morning. It's all about doing our future self a favor. Okay, so here's mine. I've got 3 tasks in the morning, can you see? And 5 tasks in the evening. I like to keep it super short. I could add other things, but again, I feel more accomplished when I get the things done that I have on here rather than trying to overload my schedule and then feeling like I can't keep up. So moving on to daily focus. So those were the things that we tackled in kind of the mid-second to 3rd week. Things like the weekly plan, the weekly home blessing, plan and pay, anti-procrastination day, self-care, car and bag. Decide where you want to put all these. If the days that I have on here don't work for you, just cross them out and write them in, or you can use the editable one, that's available on the website too. But this one's totally free. I made this one for myself to use, and this is the one I always use because I like using pen and paper. But if you want to make it totally customized to you, you can grab one of those too. So go ahead and fill out your daily focus with what you need to focus on every day. You don't even have to use the ones that I suggest. You could come up with something totally new that really suits your needs and fits your life. Okay, so let's fill out our daily focus now. So I've got my daily focus filled out. So Tuesday I changed from plan and pay to plan and pay and plans. I added a couple things in there that I need to get done. So paying bills, we're getting to the end of the month, and also filling out some change of address forms for some of those bills and different things because we just moved. Wednesday, anti-procrastination. You don't have to fill it out, but I always like to think of something ahead of time. So for me, it's ordering snowsuits for my kids before they're all sold out and the snow falls, which is gonna be soon. Thursday for self-care. One thing I said that I wanted to do, and then I said I was too scared to do, was start hiking around my property. And then I got a lot of encouragement on the self-care video comments to just go for it. And so I think I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start trying to forge a little trail in the forest around my house. It might be a little scary, but I'll bring bear spray. Don't worry about me, I'll be good. And then Friday for car and bag, my kids are back in school, and so I'm already learning the hard lesson of not cleaning their backpacks out on Friday. So I'm gonna start teaching them to do it, but also making sure that I've opened their lunch kits and their little bento boxes so I don't have a disgusting, smelly mess on Monday morning or Sunday night. On the weekends, that's when I do my weekly plan and my meal plan, so I've got that filled out there. And so that's kind of my daily focus. I can edit this as I go, I can add things in, cross things out, check them off as I get them done. But basically this gives me an outline of a plan I need to follow and just keeps those things out of my brain and on paper. All right, so last but not least is the meal plan. So we went through this, I think on day 8. And basically all I do here is write down 7 meals that I know I have the ingredients to make and leftovers and takeout, so that when it comes to dinner time, I'm not scrambling to make something. Just helps me feel a little bit more ready for the week and for the day. So just think of 7 things that you can make and you have the ingredients for it. Let's write them down now. All right, here we go. So here's my menu for the week. My dad's actually visiting us and he's a vegetarian, so everything is vegetarian. So I'm gonna do bean burritos, veggie lasagna, because that's his favorite. My tofu bun salad. I'm gonna make a borscht soup and a potato soup. We got leftovers and takeout, and I think we'll do Indian. We usually get Indian takeout when we have someone come visit because we have the most amazing restaurant here, and also because we like to order like everything, and so if there's more people, it makes more sense that we can order a ton of stuff. Anyways, that's probably TMI, but that's my meal plan for the week, and if I don't follow it, that's okay, but at least I have a list of ideas, especially because we're not vegetarian and my dad is, so sometimes I feel a little stumped. But so that is pretty much everything that I'm gonna fill out at this point based on what we learned from the 21 days to a clean house. If this is all you ever do, the routines, the daily focuses, I mean, you could leave out meal plan. If you only ever do your routines and daily focuses, your house is going to look really good. It's not gonna look perfect. It's never gonna look perfect, but it's gonna look really good. If you feel like, you know, you've got the routines down, you've got the daily focuses, you're in the groove, you're in the zone, you can move on into zone cleaning. And that's where we get into deep cleaning of spaces, cleaning all those nooks and crannies, really getting on your hands and knees, cleaning all the cracks, getting all the crumbs out of all the drawers. That's zone cleaning. I am not going to show zone cleaning in this because I think this stuff is the most important just to get the basics, just to get the really core habits down. But zone cleaning is a huge part of the Fly Lady system. It is something that I do. So I'll link to my original zone cleaning series where I did a whole month of zone cleaning. Every single day I explain how it works, how to split your house up into zones and everything, and go through all of that. So you can follow along with me if you want to keep going, or what I really recommend you do, especially if you're new, is just work on these for 6 weeks. 6 weeks of working on your routines, and I promise they will almost be set in stone. This is the advice someone gave me a long time ago when I first started and I was really struggling, and it worked. So I'm passing that on to you. Work on your routines, maybe your daily focuses for 6 weeks, maybe a little bit of decluttering, and then move on to zone cleaning. By then, you will just feel like a completely different person, so much more organized. Your house will almost seem like it's cleaning itself. Even though you're still doing it, it's just gonna be a lot less work every day and a lot less stress. And I know that's pretty much 100% of the reason why all of us are here and why you're watching this in the first place. All right, so there we are. This is the end of the 2021 edition of the 21 Days to a Clean Home Challenge. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been a huge learning experience for me in my new house, and I hope you were able to find some tools that are going to help you get organized and get yourself out of whatever mess or non-mess you're in your house. Let me know in the comments how you're doing, how you made out after 21 days, and most importantly, if you made progress. All right, I will see you very soon. Thank you so much again for joining me. Bye-bye.